Hello.
Well, hello. Len?
Yeah.
Hi, Len. I'm Len.
Hi, Len.
Nice to see you.
I'm Richard.
Hi, Richard. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure.
I'm Len Olivari Schmidt, owner of Killroy Pest Control, with my husband Richard Schmidt, also owner of Killroy Pest Control, and we're with our honored guest, Len Gabrielson.
Thank you.
Len wrote us a note, which he attached to a payment last month, and I wanted to read it to you. He said, "Please note, this December 2017 will mark the 51st consecutive year that we have relied upon your courteous and professional service. Thank you for helping to make our home so comfortable. Len Gabrielson." So that, when I got this on my desk, it was just the most wonderful thing to hear, 51 years. And everyone in the office had had a chance to read it by then. And we began talking and realized that over 50 years is just a remarkable thing to have had a customer who had stayed with us that long. So we developed a little memento that we want you to have.
Well, thank you.
And so we've brought with us a very special basket full of Killroy goodies.
Yes.
You've got the Killroy fly swatter, you've got some Killroy magnets, and
Killroy
of course
hat.
our
Killroy hat. And
The kiss from
Oh,
Killroy.
kisses.
Lots
Oh,
of
how
kisses and hugs
nice.
from us.
Well, this is such a pleasant surprise. As I had indicated to you, the note that I had written was simply to say to you, thank you for all of the years that you've helped to make our home so much enjoyable. And as a consequence of that, I wasn't expecting anything in return. But thank you for being here.
Now there's something a little special which I'd like to read to you. That's this down for you?
Okay,
Okay,
please.
okay. Oh, Len Gabrielson, you're a legacy customer using Killroy services since 1966. We thank you for your business over the years. Signed, Len. And Killroy Pest Control is going to roll back your bill to the service rate from 1966.
Oh
from
my
now
gosh.
on.
Oh, well, that is so generous and so kind. I hope I live another 50 years.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Oh.
And so, because of this, we're going to go look for other legacy customers, because we're sure there are other customers
nice.
that have been with us for 50 years. And we'll roll back their rates too to the 1966 rate.
Well, thank you so much to both of you, and you didn't have to do that, but I'm grateful, and it's very nice. It's a very nice comment to share with us. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Thank you so much for being a customer.
And
Thanks, Richard.
Absolutely.
I want to show you something that we were able to find. So this is how our technicians would organize their routes in the 70s. So we found the technicians' third and fourth week. This is the third and fourth week of his route from the 70s. And there you are, Gabrielson. And
Oh my God! And a host of wonderful, satisfied customers, no question.
Yes. So it's just a very manual system. I can remember working in the office then, and we had to type each customer as they came on board onto these tiny little strips, and then they were placed into this long metal container. And so it's just a very different system now. I'm glad we don't have to do this anymore, but it was really fun to go back and find this.
Yeah, I think that, well, you know, history is important and memories are even more important, and this brings those out for you, that's for
Yeah,
sure.
It does,
Absolutely.
it does. We have in our conference room a collection of mementos from the past, and it was just really fun to find this.
Well, maybe I'll have to get down to the office and check this out and see
Please
these
do.
things,
Well,
yeah.
That would be, you'd be very welcome. When I got your note, I just felt sad that my mom and dad wouldn't be able to read it. They would have loved that note. They really would have. So I'm just so proud of the company that my mother and father, Phil and Norma, created in 1956, and I'm just really proud of the family values that they instilled in us and in the company, and it's still, those values are still very dear to us at Killroy. So I want to ask you, how did you come to find Killroy?
Actually, the people that we bought the house from had used Killroy. And so the house was built in 1957, and I think that they were the second owners. So when we moved in, they were using your service. I don't know how frequently, but I did ask because of the orchard and a lot of the planting here, and they gave us your name. So I put the call out, and one of the wonderful things about the Killroy Pest Control service is that in all these 51 years, we've never been obligated to put together a contract. We've not been asked to put a 2-year, 3-year program together. And so here we are, month to month, and it certainly worked. You know, it certainly worked. So that's how we found, Len, that's how we found your company.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I have a question for you. In your note to us, you mentioned that the staff and the technicians that serviced you were always courteous, professional, and what made you feel that way?
Well, I think primarily, if I could just say, a simple issue would be the continuity of both the service and the reliability of your staff. Courteous, timely, always willing to hear if I have an issue around the house, evaluate what the problem is, suggest some resolutions to the problem. That's what I mean by professional. And courteous, you know, we've had our children here, we've had guests here when your staff has come by. Always enjoyable to have them around our family. So, yeah, without a doubt, the continuity of Killroy Pest Control, that's really where I find the most important part of our relationship.
It's wonderful to hear. It's
Yeah.
wonderful.
It is. And your note said that we help make your home more comfortable. How does controlling pests make your home more comfortable?
Well, indeed, you've provided so many broad ranges of services over the years to us. In particular, on an ongoing basis, the spraying for ants and aphids and spiders and so forth. And while they can be problematical at times and bothersome, we've never had an issue because you've kept them under control for us. And some folks are more squeamish than others, and it's not something that I really am too concerned about, but some family members that I won't name don't like to see those things around. So I think that's probably what I was referring to about making our home comfortable. Yeah.
Quality of life.
Indeed, yeah.
Have there ever been any special problems that have arisen besides just your general spiders and ants? Any other pest issues?
Oh, I think that I've probably utilized most every service that you've had. Early on, we had, of course, the orchard in the back, and so peach leaf curl, for example, we've been concerned about over the years, and so we have regular spraying 2 or 3 times near the year end and into early spring. Before we did some landscaping and took our grass up, a lot of times we were dealing with grubs and issues there caused us problems. Termites you referenced, Richard, we had some issues when we first purchased the house, and subsequently we'll have you come out and do some work for us. Let's see, what else might there be? Oh, gophers. Yeah. Yeah, they have families down here. And so from time to time, we've actually called you out and had you do some gopher control for us. again, I think that we've probably utilized most of your services, if not all of them. But we're so grateful. You've kept us in good shape here.
Now, if a friend would ask you if they should use Killroy Pest Control also, what would you say to them?
Oh, unequivocally, yes. We have enjoyed the family aspect to Killroy. Again, I'm going to reference that continuity of your employees, the length of time that you've been as a company. So we get a lot of personalized service, and I've shared that with our our neighbors, some of your customers. And I would just simply say, the old saying, you know, if it isn't broken, don't fix it. And we just would not hesitate to suggest Killroy Pest Control to anyone. We've had such a marvelous experience over the years, and grateful. And we've lived here for 51 years because can't get any better than this. You keep us in good stead.
Well,
Yeah, thank you very much.
that's great. I can't tell you how much we appreciate it.
Oh, thank you, Lynn, and thank you, Richard. Really a treat to have you come out. It's kind of fun. As I said to you over the phone, this would not be something I would typically do, but on the other hand, I wrote that note because I had that feeling. It was a Thanksgiving time too, you know, and I thought, I want to thank some people for some things, and that happened to be one. So thank you for coming out. That was very kind. And that lovely basket.